Welcome back to the Wilderness Rhythm series. Today we're naming a lie that many of us swallowed long before we even knew what identity was. Belonging requires conformity. That lie didn't just shape your personality, it shaped your nervous system. Some of us learned early that to belong, we had to bend, be agreeable, be useful, be quiet, be whatever someone else needed us to be. We were taught directly or indirectly, if you want to be accepted, you need to perform for it. And the body learned that too. Your nervous system said, if I don't shapeshift, I'll be rejected. So, you fawned to keep the peace, you people pleased to avoid conflict, you lost your voice to avoid abandonment, and fragmented who you were to stay safe. This wasn't weakness, this was survival. Because in some environments, authenticity wasn't just discouraged, it was punished. Here's what that lie does to the body it creates identity fragmentation. You start losing track of what you want. Your yes becomes automatic. Boundaries collapse. You attach yourself to people who can't give you the validation you crave because they don't even know how to validate themselves. And this is where codependency is born, depending on people who must ultimately depend on Yahweh. You're going to someone for identity who never had the authority to define you. And that's why the striving is exhausting. You're asking creation for something that only the Creator can give. But look at how God dealt with this lie in Scripture. Before Israel had laws, institutions, leaders, systems, Yahweh called them His. Identity came before behavior. Belonging came before performance. Calling came before conformity. The wilderness is where God said, I'm not forming you to fit Egypt's system. I'm forming you to walk with me. There was no middleman, no approval committee, no cultural audition, just Elroy, the God who sees you. And when God sees you, you don't have to shrink to be chosen. Here's the truth the wilderness gives us back. I belong because I'm called, not because I perform. You do not have to fawn, people please, shrink, dilute who you are, negotiate your identity, shape shift for acceptance. Your belonging is not based on conformity. Your belonging is rooted in covenant. And covenant does not demand you lose yourself. Covenant restores who you were all along. I'm Tiffany, the Valiance Coach, and this week isn't about being liked. It's about being seen. You don't have to audition for belonging. You don't have to contort yourself to be chosen. You don't have to earn what God already gave you. You belong, not because people said so, but because Yahweh called you so. I'll see you next week. And until then, rest in the truth that you don't have to perform to be loved.